Hi, my bookish friends. It's Courtney, and welcome back to the Bibliostyle. I'm happy to hang out with you once again. Today, we're going to do a quick review of this book, The Holdout by Graham Moore. This is a courtroom kind of legal thriller. So, the main character of the book, Maya, is a member of the jury of a very sort of infamous and high profile murder case that happens in LA. And the accused is a young, poor black teacher, and he is accused of not only killing but also having a sexual relationship with his student, who is white and comes from a very prominent and wealthy Los Angeles family. So we learn that Maya is the lone holdout on the jury and voting for an acquittal. And at the time that the jury comes together to take their initial vote, they learn that she doesn't think that he's guilty. One of the reasons that she votes for acquittal is that this is a murder case where there is not a body. So that is one of the things that she kind of factors into her decision. But essentially, one by one, she kind of knocks all of the arguments down, and the jury votes to acquit. Kind of all hell breaks loose post trial. And then we sort of jump 10 years into the future. There is, I guess it's a podcast who also is making like a TV show, like a Netflix show that is a reunion of the members of the jury. They want to talk about the case, and one of the members of the jury, after the acquittal, wrote a book about his experience and really apologizing to the victim's family and saying that he thinks that they got it wrong. So one of the reasons that he agrees to do this reunion special is that he says that he has new proof that the accused is actually guilty of the crime. So so there's like a dual timeline. So we get the past, and we get the perspective of the jury as the trial is going on, and then it jumps to present day, 10 years in the future, when they are having this reunion. So we get to see sort of what happens to each of them, like post trial, and really, I thought it was interesting to get a glimpse into, how these very famous cases not only affect the lives of the, accused and the victim and the families of the victim, but really also affect the members of the jury in ways that maybe we hadn't thought about before. So when they get together at this hotel where, this production crew is kind of filming all of this, another murder happens. And the victim of this murder is found in Maya's room, so she automatically becomes a suspect in that murder. And so what we see is Maya really having to figure out what happened in the first case in order to prove her innocence for this new murder. And so it kind of jumps back and forth between the timelines. We get the perspective of all the jurors. We get to see how the trial impacted their lives as they were, on the jury, and they have to be sequestered because there are leaks and things, and, the press is kind of hounding them. And then we see what happens post acquittal in all of their lives and what they're doing now. And I thought that it was really like an interesting concept. I thought it was well written. I did not really figure out most of like the twists and whatnot. before the end of the book, which is always like a big deal to me. Like, I don't know. I think if you're a person who loves mysteries, part of the fun is trying to figure out what's happening and, why it's happening and, who's doing it. But you also don't want all of that revealed too early because it kind of takes the fun out of it. And I think for most of this book, it was like solidly 4 stars for me. I ended up dropping my rating down somewhere between 3 and 3.5, just because the two, like the original man that's accused of the crime is a young black man, and then the victim of the second murder is also a young black man. And I understand why the author made these choices, because I think the exploration of race and the justice system and law enforcement is, one that we are increasingly kind of becoming more aware of and dissecting and all of that. But ultimately, I just felt like the lives of these 2 black men had been kind of wasted in an effort to tell the stories of all of the non-white characters, and that really just rubbed me kind of the wrong way. And so that's why I dropped my rating. But I enjoyed this book enough that I have already checked out another book by this author from the library, although that one I think is more of historical fiction. So yeah, I mean, I don't think, to me, 3 stars is a solid read. If you're looking for like a courtroom drama thriller, I suggest this one. I think that, the reasons why I dropped my rating are, I don't want to say that they're like specific to just me, but perhaps it's something that might not bother you as much or doesn't bring you out of the story as much. And so, yeah, it was an easy read. I think I probably read it in like a day and a half. So if that sounds interesting to you, then go ahead and check it out. But yeah, that's all I have for you today. Thanks for joining me for this really quick review. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos from me, then click the subscribe button down below. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.